That is what the intent of Apeejay Karmayuga is, inspiring solid character. Coincidentally, we also launched Karmayuga at the Park Hotel in Hyderabad in 2011, and now it's become Apeejay Karmayuga. At that time, we didn't know Karan Paul. Karan and Renu, who kind of leads the CSR practice at Apeejay Group, were introduced to us by a dear friend, a person, a civil servant called Rockton, as we call him, who's right now fighting for his life because he's battling cancer. And he said we should look into the work which Apeejay Group is doing. And when we looked at their work, we realized that this was not just CSR. This was humane capitalism at its best, because it was a part of their business model. And then I met Karan, I think over a year ago. We first met properly for lunch, and I liked what I listened to when I was having a conversation with Karan, because we didn't speak about profit. We spoke about social values and social responsibility throughout that entire lunch. The other is, I basically am a leadership coach and a management consultant, and I work with a lot of CEOs who don't go beyond profit. And here was a person who was not talking about profit, and I said, you're a socialist. And he said, no, I'm a capitalist, but I have studied Marx and I do understand social values. And I was like, that's where the ethos met. So thank you, Karan, for finally kind of agreeing, and it's been a long journey and we'll come together now. And it's going to be a long journey together. This is a joint venture. It's not like some funding support or a CSR initiative. It's a joint venture. It's a personal mission. It's a mission of two organizations who come together. And it's going to be a mission of many more organizations coming together. So what is the mission? The mission is to inspire solid character. And the character, they say, comes out from consciousness. Now, all our holy books teach us moral values. But if you see the education system today, especially in India, I won't talk about the world, I talk about India first. Most schools and colleges have no moral education anymore. Every school and college which imparts education only focuses on one thing, which is career. The entire concept of education at homes has become, if you don't get a good education, you won't get a good career. If you don't get a good career, you won't be able to afford the BMW. That's what education has got reduced to. I know career is very important, but it has to be career with character. If that character is missing, you get petty games in the office also, which is what I see all the time. Because that basic character is missing. Now, how can a country be a democracy when people don't fulfill their duties and don't understand moral values? The character is gone, right? Now, consciousness, the holy books say, the Bhagavad Gita says, that consciousness is understanding the suffering of others. It's nothing else. Don't wait for the suffering to happen to you. We need to understand the suffering of others. We don't need to wait for a rape to happen to our wives or our daughters. We need to see what's happening in the world today. There's a rape happening every day, not one, many. Some of them are reported, some of them are not. Now, every time a rape happens in this country, I hear people saying on Facebook and in their rhetorics about how rapists should be hanged. By all means, hang them, right? That's a good deterrent, maybe. But what about teaching respect for women, which is missing in our country today? We don't have respect for women. And this is not just a rural India problem where you have honor killings. This is an urban India problem. Most people don't respect their wives. Now, fundamental duty number 5 very clearly says, renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women. Every practice in this country which gave this wisdom is derogatory to the dignity of women. If you don't know it, how will we practice it? Right? You have female feticides which are not the highest in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. Those are numbers. The percentage is highest in South Bombay and South Delhi. Educated women killing their own child because she's a girl. This is fact, not fiction. Right? So how can you have respect for women? I was born in a place called Goa, and in Goa we follow Portuguese law. The Portuguese law says that every woman has equal right, which means my sister has equal right in the property. I have yet to hear a brother in Goa say that my sister has equal right in the property. What I hear them say is, I'm giving you, no. Be happy. Who are you to give? Nobody. It's like giving charity. I believe in social justice, not charity. Social justice simply means fairness. And I always joke about this. I always say the only concept of fairness we have in this country is fair and lovely, fair and handsome, and now fair armpits. Otherwise, fairness is not there. So this is what we need to do. We need to build some model character. We need to inspire solid character in schools, starting from schools, colleges, in companies, and that's what we are planning to do. We are planning to go, because I believe that there's a hero in everybody, lurking within us, asleep probably. We need to awaken that hero. And to be a hero, you don't need to do big things. You need to do small things with extraordinary love. And those small things will make the big difference. Because if you really want to change this country, each of us needs to do that small thing. And what we're planning to do now is go into several institutions, which Meenu will tell you about, and create collaborative awards programs, because we want to find heroes in several spaces. Because when all those heroes, all their energy comes together, you'll have huge synergy for change. And that's the intent basically. So I'll ask Meenu to come up and speak about what's the process and how we're going about doing it.